It is April Ixton, unto or, and I'm in Lombard making a brief walking video along the Illinois Prairie Path. So, I don't live in Lombard anymore. That was taken away from me. I grew up in Lombard, and I lived in Lombard since I dropped out my mother's twat way back in Unton XD. I hate to admit that I'm that old. I may be old, but at least I'm not boring. So just gonna make it very brief, because I don't have the fucking time. I should have left here a long time ago. Here's a map of the trails, the Illinois Prairie Path and Great Western Trail. The Great Western Trail was not there when I when I left Lombard. So, as I was cool enough to, there's no trons along here. You have to go in the Glen. I want to get a tron video. I got quite a bit done during this trip, so that's the one very good thing. It's only very, very brief. Not like some of my other videos. No. Just to get... By the way, the Chicago Aurora and Elgin trons used to go... There used to be railroad tracks that Chicago Aurora and Elgin trons went down these. The railroad tracks is now the Illinois Prairie Path. And I made a walking video on the Illinois Prairie Path in Wheaton. The town I used to love when I was growing up. I was 10 years old. It was getting days for my pubic area. I leave no controversy unturned. But this is just very, very brief. Very brief. I'm just gonna take some pictures. Just wanted to get something kind of brief. I miss the Illinois Prairie Path. I miss the Metrotrons, but when I was growing up until about when I was 10 years old, it was Chicago and Northwestern Trons. And then RTA kind of took over for a while. But I miss them. Then Metro took over, and I like Metro, but I miss those green and yellow Chicago and Northwestern Trons. And I had Asperger's when I was living in Lombard and growing up in Lombard. I mean, I went through a lot of fucking horrible fucking shit while growing up. A lot of fucking bullshit I should never have gone through. From uptight parents who are anal retentive about my long fucking fingernails, and being a nonconformist in other ways. And I think that's a topic I'm going to pick for my spoken words for Mother's Day. Is I used to kind of bond with my mother, and things were kind of working out reasonably until I became a teenager, and I had pubic hair by then. And my mother then expected me to become a conformist. There's something about pubic hair that makes you expected to become a conformist. I don't know why that is, but because because when my mother was screaming at the top of her fucking lungs at me about not being a conformist and doing weird things that were considered weird, I told her she never bothered me before, and her answer was she thought that I would outgrow it. Why the fuck would I want to and outgrowing the things that made me happy? My mother believed that I should do things that I'm supposed to do, not what makes me happy. And then When I didn't become a conformist, she just acted like a fucking bitch and kind of alienated me and made me kind of, actually really on the point of feeling estranged, where she wouldn't be nice to me most of the time. Every fucking day was shit. Now, during the times like when I broke my ankle in Florida and everything, she was able to bond. I had to have surgery on my fucking ankle, and my parents were actually kind of nice to me for a while, but then I started acting too weird, and they started getting bitchy and uptight. So they pushed me. Let's put it this way. Maybe I can't explain this right. When I use naughty words, the fucking snowflakes say I push people back. Well, my parents pushed me back when they wouldn't accept me anymore, and they would give me a fucking, and would be just very bitchy and nasty with me all the time. And then my mother was wondering why I didn't call her when I was older. And I think things actually bonded for a while, even after moving out of Florida, which was a fucking cesspool of shit, moving to Minnesota. But then things got intense when I said what was on my mind, because you say anything, she'd go fucking ape shit. Well, those memories of the town I grew up in, the town I lived in since I dropped out my mother's twat. And always, my videos are interesting and thought-provoking. I am glad that I have Asperger's. If I choose not to have Asperger's and not have it, I choose to have Asperger's. Fuck conformity and fuck the world, and fuck their mediocrity and fuck their bullshit, and fuck conformity, and fuck all these boring, mediocre, stupid fucking idiots and these fucking assholes and all their fucking mediocre, fucking stupid bullshit. Well, as always, I'm so glad I have Asperger's, because I say what's on my mind on my video. People like it, fuck them. And people like that ain't my real friends. My real friends are the cool people like what I have to say. And people get to see my videos and hear my spoken words are the chosen people, even if they don't like it. And people who don't like my spoken words have a stick up their ass. But being exposed to someone like me and being one of the chosen people means you were given the opportunity from a higher power, like maybe the Church of David Carradine. I don't have time to get it, to pull that stick out of your ass. But most people won't. They'd rather be uptight and bitchy and stupid. But if you pull that stick out of your ass, there's a good chance a bunch of diarrhea will come out. But once that diarrhea's out, you'll be so much happier. Have all that poison, all that bullshit out of your system, and you'll feel good, and you'll have an open mind, and you'll enjoy people enjoy and appreciate people like me. So I wanted to make an interesting video in my final moments of being in Lombard. I like to make a video going by the house that I grew up in, but there's this third-party assholes who could get into it, or they could trace me easier. So ain't gonna be able to do that for unfuckingfortunately. Maybe someday.